Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I just wanted to show you my collection that's not the Catasetums because the Catasetums, they make a big part of my collection and I could not make a video that long. And actually this video is so long that I couldn't do anything with the video. It just wouldn't let me do anything. So I deleted a little bit, and the introduction was a little bit I deleted, and now I'm refilming it. So I already edited everything, filmed the rest of the video. I had to come back and do the intro, and now I have to find something of what I need to do with the rest of the video. It got complicated on my second video. But basically what I covered in this introduction that got deleted was this plant, which is on Oncidium Heaven Sent, which I used to think was Sherry Baby, but it's not. And in the heat, I can smell the chocolate smell, but inside you just can't. And this plant is the No ID Dendrobium that my grandma gave me because she used to have it and then she just didn't want it anymore. She said, take it. And it blooms a lot, but you know, I took it and it's blooming for me. And then I have this one over here, which is a No ID Dendrobium. Some nice little French lady in my Orchid Society, she gave it to me and she was like, it hasn't bloomed for me, I don't know how to take care of it, do you want it? I said yes, I'll take it, and it grew really good for me and it's still really big, so that's nice and all, but it still has not bloomed. So this Masdevallia, I got it a couple weeks ago and I double potted it. I kept it in the same pot that it's in. I need to put it in another clay pot, but it's doing fine in here. I haven't killed it. I really thought I would because most people kill Masdevallias. In fact, it's actually keeping up this second spike that was down at the base when I first got it. But also it was blooming. I'll actually insert a picture here. This is the Masdevallia double potted, doing great. Epidendrum radicans. It's pretty. Everyone has them, you know. You grow like weeds, basically. I got this really cheap off of eBay. I got all of this for $12, including shipping. Oh, look at that, the sun. Anyway, so I got this for a really nice price, and it hasn't bloomed for me, obviously, but it's throwing off so many new growths and stuff. It's gonna do phenomenal, I just know it. So next one. This is a Maxillaria variabilis. It has little tiny, red blooms with like a, not red, no, they're yellow with like a reddish center. They're really tiny. I might be able to find an old, yeah, right there isn't, how, here next to my finger. That's just an old flower, it died. But I've had this plant for about 6 months or so. It grows pretty good for me. Just gotta keep it wet and it likes really bright sun. Okay, next is a Brassivola nodosa. I got this one from Lowe's. It's one of those Better Grow orchids. A lot of mine are, so I'll just say Better Grow and they're bag babies. But this is throwing out 2 spikes for me right now. There's one right here and one up here. I put it on this piece of wood and it's really growing to it. It loves it. Also right here, I just have this old Miltoniopsis I got. It hates me. I grew one Miltoniopsis for about 2 years and it died earlier this year. It was really sad. I don't know why it just died, just dropped dead. It got that orange rot that everyone's gets, but mine died a lot later on. So it was kind of sad that I kept it alive for that long and then it just died, but it's okay. Here's this beast of a plant. I'll back up and show you, and this is my hand. I thought this was a really big plant. It's putting out a spike right here too. It wasn't a pot that was too small for it, so it pushed out a growth and it dug down, the growth did, so I put it in this pot and now it's growing back up like it should. I'm just gonna keep going. Here's my vanilla plant. I got it about a year ago, and this summer it grew from like here all the way up there, and it had like a pencil-sized root. When I pulled it out of the greenhouse, the root was just growing into the rocks. It was so weird. Here I have this bulbophyllum I recently remounted onto this, so it hasn't really attached very well. I try to keep it as wet as I can, but it just doesn't do great. Also, I know most people would not put this on a mount, but it's such an unruly plant, it just couldn't stay in a pot. Anyway, I guess it doesn't hate me because it's pushing out a spike, so, I mean, doing good. Up here we have a Stanhopea, not a Tigrina, it's like Tricornia or something like that. I don't know what this is. If someone can tell me. I think it might be fungal, but it tends to do that to all of its old leaves, so I don't really question it. And I got it for $15 at some place down in Florida. It has actually bloomed for me twice. And what's really weird is that these buds right here, they were forming and they were perfect, about to open, and then they just died. So that's nice. So I know it's like really terrible lighting. I'm gonna move it for the rest of them because I don't want people to get a headache. But I'm just gonna show you my phals. I have 4 phalaenopsises. It's this one, this one, this one. These are obviously my first orchids. I think everyone's first are normally phals. This one I got a while back. It's pushing out another spike. That's its flower over there. I'll actually show you. One of them's like white. Here, the lighting, it's kind of weird. One of them's white, one of them's yellow. Not really sure what that's about, but it's okay. Yeah, so I'll show you the rest of them in normal lighting. Here are all of my little baby orchids. This one is a no ID. It's just a little cakey I got, starting to push out a new growth. So that'll be fun, seeing whatever that one is. Got this one for $5. Well, it was $7 shipping, but $5 over, like, for the normal price, you know, without shipping. It's a Bulbophyllum phalaenopsis. That was on the top of my list for the longest time, just because I love its flowers, because it smells like death, and it looks like death, too. This one is a special little child, because, here, see, like, the big main growth right there. That one is the only part that was left of it, of the whole plant, actually. So this is just a keiki, and it was off of a big Dendrobium kingianum plant that I had, but that one actually died in the greenhouse that one winter, which I mentioned in my first video. So that's kind of sad, but this is what I have left of it. It's actually putting out a strong growth right now. This one is a failure too. It's just a little keiki. That's all I have left of the mother plant. But it's trying, which is all that really counts, and I'll take it. So yeah, that's these little guys. These guys, and then Oncidium ampliatum. It's never bloomed for me, but it's actually doing pretty good. It outgrew its pot, and I need to repot it. This new growth right here, it's really just pushing outside of the pot. It grows like a madman. I got this better grow, those little bag babies that we've seen before. Oh, it's a cool light right there shining down, but yes, so Oncidium ampliatum, I kind of put it down there with the low lights because I put it up in the highlights and it just got eaten alive by the sun. It hates a lot of bright sun, but yeah, that's Oncidium ampliatum. This is a Brassilia yellowbird. I found it in a furniture shop, dead, had no new growth whatsoever. Thought it was a goner, but I still asked if I could take it and try and, like, you know, make it better. And it might survive. Actually, it probably will. It's actually pretty strong considering what I had it as. So yeah, that's this little poor child. This dead-looking thing is a Dendrobium bracteosum. Now, I'm not sure if it's gonna come back, because I got it and it was rotten, and I put it in new media, and I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. And I have other bits of it, you know, like the bits that were not rotten but couldn't stay connected to the plant because it rotted from the base. I threw those down in a thing, and they're not pushing out any new growths, but they're not dying either, so they might do something. That Pathiopedilum that I showed you guys, I don't like Pathiopedilums. They're too slow, and they don't do anything interesting, really. I mean, mine just hates me, because, look, what happened to this leaf? I don't know, and it's drooping all over the place. I don't know. I just don't do good with them, and I don't like them, so I guess it's kind of mutual. Yeah, so that's these 3 little plants. That's almost, no, we have 2 more from the bottom shelf. So this is a Bulbophyllum daisy chain crossed with Bulbophyllum cauliflorarum, something like that. And I have a picture of it, and I'll try and insert it here. I got it for $15 from, what was it? I don't know. I probably won't find out, but yeah, it was $15. It was actually pretty good. I got it about 3 months ago, and it's been doing pretty good for me. This one isn't really a low light orchid, but I still put it down there with it just because I don't know. It's just down there. It was attacked by spider mites. I think they're all gone now. It has a nice purple bloom, which I don't think I actually have a picture of, but I did have it in bloom at one point. It's a really strong grower. It fought through all the spider mites and it made it through. So my normal light is gone. The sunlight, it's just kind of gone around the house. So we're just gonna continue down here with this slightly purplish light, and I hope it doesn't bother anyone. This is a white Dendrobium Kingianum. This one's actually growing really good for me, and I'm not gonna put it out there in the greenhouse like I did the other ones. This one I've had for a really long time. It just does not like me. I don't know why, it just doesn't. But it does grow okay for me, I guess. I'm not even gonna pull it out. I just don't feel like finding the name tag. This was my second Cattleya. It's a pretty slow grower. It grows about it'll grow one or two growth a year, so it's not too bad. Got a little bit of sunburn. Actually, that's cold damage on it, not sunburn. I think it's Manmoto. No, it's the volcano queen. And this is its first bifoliate growth, so I'm not sure if it's bifoliate or unifoliate, but it gave me a really nice growth this year. Anyway, so yeah, my first Cattleya actually got killed in that greenhouse thing I was talking about. This is a division of that white one. I tried to put it on a rock. It just, that white Dendrobium Kingianum, if you didn't get that. But I tried putting it on a rock, it just didn't work out, so now it's in a pot. This is a really sad Encyclia diurna, something like that. Here, my hand is really ugly, but this back growth and that growth right there are really struggling. This new growth is actually pretty strong, but it's almost like these two bulbs right here are separate. They're not even a part of that plant because they're doing really good, and the rest of it's just dying. This is another Encyclia, actually. It is a Rio Clarence. It's a Randii crossed with Cordidera. I just love Cordidera's bulbs. And so I bought this one because it had Cordidera in it, and I could never find a Cordidera, but I got one. I'll show it to you later on in the video, and you'll see. But yeah, that one also got a little sunburnt. Because there's this weird thing where if you open up the door to a certain point in the greenhouse, it just burns everything. But this is a Lilia flavocellina, if I'm saying that right. You'd almost think it's variegated, but I think it's just the way the leaves go. I don't know, I've always noticed that. I got it about 6 months ago at a show, and it just always interests me. I've always thought about getting a Lupercalius laelia. That's what they're called. I always call them Luperlalias, Lupercalia. I don't know what I call them. If I say it really quickly, you'd know. But you can always tell what I'm saying. I just love the little red bulbs and the plump succulent leaves for a little laelia. That makes me happy. It has a yellow bloom. It has never bloomed for me though. It's cool though. I like it. So this is Brassolilia Cattleya Green Witch Elmhurst Green. Another bag baby. It halted growth because it was being attacked. Oh, it's got a new growth right there. Because it was being attacked by a scale. Everything really. I forgot what the little white fuzzy one is called. I don't know, mealybug, that's what it is. Had that and spider mites. Just everything tends to attack one or two plants in my collection. They never spread. And I'll talk about it more, but this plant and another weird hybrid from Fred Clark, which it's not weird. I don't know why I keep calling everything weird. It's just a nice little hybrid from Fred Clark. That one, this plant right here, and a Cattleya that I'm going to be showing you later were like the #1 targets for any bug, and they just attacked those 3 plants and nothing else. So it was really weird how it only got a little bit on every other plant, but they just loved these 3 plants specifically. I'm not sure what it is, but it didn't really get much on any other plants. Like, you'll see obvious spider mite damage. Like on this next one here, I'm just going to actually use this as the next one. But this is just like a white dendrobium or something. It has a spike right now, but it caught spider mite damage. But I mean, everything attacked those 3 plants. This is just a little bit of spider mite damage. You should see like what it used to be like with those other plants. Fell. So this Cattleya, it's a really strong grower. I got it. It's obviously anything with this kind of tag. It's Better Grow Orchid. I'm not even gonna read that. You can read it. It's got a nice plump shiny bulb right there. It's got 3 points of growth, I think. I'll pick up this dendrobium right here. Oh, okay. So this one is Epilea cattleya golden sunburst. Oh, here. Fragrant yellow sprays. It's never bloomed for me. It has a sheath right now, though I think it has a spike in it. I'll shine the flashlight later and see if it does. Um, it's pushing out another little growth right here. It's nice to see. I liked the little bulbs. They were kind of chunky when I first saw them. I don't know why I'm not focusing the camera on anything, but I'm just trying to talk about it. It's also got this weird thing on its leaf. I don't know what that is. I'm hoping it's not a virus, because if it is a virus, I'm just not gonna throw it out. Just because I don't know about that. I don't like doing that kind of stuff. Also, I'm not sure how long it takes the virus to spread, but on one of my favorite cattleyas up there, it's got the same weird thing on it, so hopefully it's not anything weird, like a virus. I mean, I can get rid of a fungus any day, right? But a virus, now it's a little harder, isn't it? This is a Brassilia cattleya white diamond, white your yellow throat. I'm not sure what that's supposed to say. I got it for $3. It's a bag baby, in case you couldn't tell. I tried to repot it earlier, not earlier, but like last month, because I thought it needed repotting, but it just won't come out of its pot now, because it's actually growing really good into its pot. I got this one last Orchid Society, like the last meeting. Apparently it's this, or it could be a chocolate drop. I don't know. She just handed it to me, said, here, you want it, you take it. Don't ask. So I got that plant. This is my Maxillaria tenuifolia. It's a Belize 84. That's the I forgot what they're called. Just like the little mark and then the name. I don't know how to explain it, but you might know what I'm talking about. It's like a red flower with a little bit of yellow and white in it. I have a picture. I'll try and put it in here. The tips of its leaves are always dying, but it's never actually died itself, which is what really counts. I also pollinated a flower because it bloomed for me in April. I got it sometime last winter. So yeah, that's this one. I still have a lot more, but that's just this group, and I'll keep going. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over these 3 really quick. This is a yellow bird, well, a lot healthier version of that dead one right there. But so yeah, this one has 3 sheaths right now. They're probably not gonna do anything because I've gotten these kinds of sheaths before. They don't ever do anything. This one I got for $3, I think. It's a Brassilia cattleya lime sherbet. Yeah, I think it's just that crossed with little stars maybe. This one is a BC Maikai. I have 2 of these, and I like both of them. I think this one is a more vigorous grower maybe. But yeah, I have 2 of the plants. I might combine them into one pot, but I don't know about that. They might start competing or something. It's a really big plant too. I got it for a couple bucks. I'm really proud of it. I think this sheath might actually produce something though, and I'll just go ahead and show you the last thing on this this shelf. It's a Schomburgkia Thomsiana. I don't know. It's actually connected pretty well to this. You just can't see it underneath the moss. The roots connected pretty well to it. I'll show you the vandas at the time. I have this semi-terete vanda down here. I think it's actually a quarter terete. I have a Renko Stylus Tubman something. Tub Tim Cyan. Yeah, I just thought it was cool because it was a little bit of a thicker leafed vanda to have. I got this one. Its roots just go down like that. It refuses to grow roots out of the stem, but I got it out of the garbage can, and it does grow leaves and it does grow roots, like new root tips from the 1 or 2 roots, but it doesn't do anything past that. Next is just these up here in my Catasetums, and I'm done. So if you can sit through all of this, you're a champ. But I'll show you guys all those, and then the Catasetums will be something different. This is that other BC Maikai. Someone handed it to me at my society. I wasn't going to turn them down, so I took it in, and it's actually doing pretty good for me. Probably as a sheath, doesn't have a spike. I think I'd noticed that. I don't know. It's doing really good, though. This right here is a BLC set. Yeah, you guys can figure it out. And what's really weird about this one is, you know how orchids normally make like purple leaves if they're in really bright sun? I didn't know that the purple could like go back, but it was completely purple out in the greenhouse, and in here it's pretty much gone back to green. So I think that's really cool. And then right here, it has a really long name. I'll pull it out here. It is a LC Time Finney crossed with BLC Mem Rosalind Reisman. And it's got buds. It had a sheath for a really long time, and then it pushed out 2 little buds. It's a huge plant, by the way. I'll show you. Its roots are also going all over the place. I'm really proud of this plant because it looked diseased when I first got it, and it was, you know, just not doing great. And then it pushed out this new growth, and it pushed out blooms, and I'm really proud of it because I got it for $17 on sale somewhere just because it was, you know, about to be a dumpster plant. So it was nice. It's actually done pretty good for me. This one right here, both of these actually on here, are Encyclia tampensis. I got them off eBay for, it was $28 for both. It was supposed to be one plant, but it didn't turn out to be one plant, and it has a lot of pseudobulbs, and it was really crinkled when I first got it, but I split it because it was falling apart anyway, and then I threw it in a bucket for about a day or so, and I mounted it on here, and look at its roots just taking over. That was about 2 months ago, or not 2 months ago, maybe a month. Its roots are growing in over there and stuff. It's got new growth and everything. It's just that it's on a really heavy log, so I can't really move it anywhere. And I can't hang it on anything because it's such a heavy log, and it's kind of annoying, but I'll just go back here. Hopefully you can see this plant right here. It has a nice orange bloom, and it's in sheath right now. It's RTH Big Kiss, I think. This one, well gosh, I don't think I have a tag in it, but it did have an ID. I actually got 2 of them, so I can ask them what their ID of what this was, because it's the same plant, it just doesn't, I think I took its tag out or something. It's a really big plant too. I get it for free from Looking Glass Orchids up in the mountains near, west of Asheville. This is that no ID cattleya I was talking about earlier that all the bugs were attracted to. It's still got some on it, but I think all of them are dead. So it came back from the dead. It has a nice bloom, but I think I deleted the picture, sadly. Then I have a huge Encyclia cordigera here. I got it for $45. Look at its bulb here, I'll show you. It's huge, and it's also in sheath right now. Then I have a Miltassia Shalab Talkin. It's doing pretty good for me. I like this plant very much. And then back here I have a huge cattleya, and I don't know the ID, but I know it has one, and it's also in sheath back there. I think the sheath has buds in it. So yeah, these are all of my ones inside. I still have one outside, which you guys saw in the last video, but I'll consider that part of the Catasetum family, so I'm not gonna put it in this video. I just want to keep this video short, and I know it's not short, it's maybe 20 minutes or so, but I'll try and make it as short as possible so it doesn't, you know, get too boring. But if you made it through, like I said, you're champ, you did it. Yeah, so now you know my whole collection. This video was just so that you could know my collection, and I'm never gonna do one of these again, probably not. Just because I needed you guys to know what my collection looks like. I need you guys to know my collection. If you want to know it, now you know it. If you want any kind of videos on care or anything of how I do things, just ask. If not, well, I'll come up with it and I'll do it. And any issues you have or any questions you have, just ask. I'm not gonna kill you or anything. I'm gonna answer it. So yeah, that's what everything is right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.